It's Monday, January 6, 2025, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. 2025 optimism abounds, MSPs and small businesses doubling down on growth, tech, and staying ahead of AI. Net neutrality is out and AI rules are in, and watch out for those data centers burning the grid. This is the business of tech. It's 2025, a new year, and I hope you had a happy new year. I'll be catching up from the holidays and mixing in the latest news, including later this week highlights from the Consumer Electronics Show, which kicks off in Las Vegas today. The State of the MSP Industry 2025 by Kaseya was released and highlights the optimism among managed services providers regarding their growth prospects in 2025, with 91% prioritizing profitability. Despite concerns about new customer acquisition and revenue growth, 64% of MSPs reported revenue increases last year, and 67% expect further growth over the next 3 years. The landscape remains competitive, with smaller MSPs leveraging their niche expertise to stand out. Additionally, the report notes a significant rise in AI-driven threats, with over 2/3 of providers experiencing increased attacks. The findings suggest that top-earning MSPs proactively adopt new technologies and focus on client-centric services to drive their success. In 2024, the managed services market experienced varied growth, with Canalys predicting a 5% overall channel growth and a 13% increase for managed services in 2025. The year saw a 13% rise in managed services globally, but growth slowed to just under 11% for 2024. The importance of artificial intelligence was a central theme, with significant investments leading to efficiency gains, although customer adoption of new tools remained low. Cybersecurity services grew by 15%, driven by rising ransomware threats and a shortage of skilled personnel. Compliance services surged by 66% as businesses navigated complex regulations. Mergers and acquisitions in the channel slowed in North America, but remained strong in Europe and Asia Pacific, with smaller managed service providers being actively acquired. Overall, the landscape is poised for recovery this year, focusing on cybersecurity, cloud computing, and compliance as key growth areas. Fiverr released a survey of 1,001 U.S. small business owners, revealing a strong sense of optimism for 2025, despite facing challenges from new economic policies. The survey found that nearly 90% of respondents remain hopeful, particularly in sectors like education, finance, and retail. 85% believe the new administration will help improve conditions for small businesses, with women-led firms showing even greater optimism at 92%. However, economic concerns are prevalent, with rising costs cited as the primary challenge by 55% of owners and 38% fearing a recession. The impact of proposed policies on tariffs and taxes is significant, with 72% indicating these will affect daily operations. As small businesses prepare for 2025, key focus areas include hiring talent, marketing investments, and adopting new technologies to enhance efficiency. And in a recent report by Business Insider, the Big Four consulting firms have showed varied revenue growth performance for the year. Deloitte reported a revenue increase of 8%, while PricewaterhouseCoopers experienced a more modest growth of 4%. Meanwhile, Ernst & Young saw a decline of 2% and KPMG reported stagnant growth. The findings come as firms continue to navigate a challenging economic landscape, with a survey indicating that over 60% of firms are adjusting their strategies to adapt to changing client needs. Why do we care? We're starting off the year optimistic. Providers expect growth despite challenges. Focus on differentiation and financial discipline. Providers should also assess regional opportunities and risks, with a special focus on compliance services, which saw significant growth. As regulations increase globally, offering tailored solutions for compliance can open doors to high-margin contracts. Additionally, align services to meet small businesses' need for efficiency and cost management. Those are business outcomes and what customers are asking for. I included the Big Four data to highlight that there is space that smaller, agile providers could fill, particularly in digital transformation and tailored IT solutions. Providers should watch for areas where consulting firms retrench or underperform, offering specialized services or cost-effective alternatives. These could include targeted cybersecurity services, compliance assistance, or cloud migration projects. A U.S. appeals court has ruled that the Federal Communications Commission lacks the authority to reinstate net neutrality rules. The decision references the Supreme Court's recent ruling in the Looper-Bright case, which limited federal agency power. Initially implemented in 2015, net neutrality rules require internet service providers to treat all data equally, preventing them from slowing or blocking content. The court's ruling, which leaves state-level neutrality rules intact, marks a significant shift in regulatory oversight of the internet. The FCC chair, Jessica Rosenworcel, has called on Congress to act on net neutrality, emphasizing consumer demand for a fair and open internet. Industry groups, including U.S. Telecom, have welcomed the ruling, claiming it will increase investment and competition in the digital marketplace. Several new laws regulating artificial intelligence and deepfakes took effect in California at the beginning of the year. These laws expand existing regulations to include artificial intelligence-generated depictions of minors and criminalize pornographic deepfakes. Additionally, social media platforms are now required to remove such content. Legal challenges are emerging, including a lawsuit from Elon Musk's X against a law mandating labels for misleading political deepfakes. With Congress yet to act on artificial intelligence regulation, states like Texas and Illinois are moving forward with their legislation, indicating a growing patchwork of laws governing the technology. Why do we care? The ruling indicates a shift in regulatory sentiment regarding internet governance. The lack of net neutrality could increase service providers' costs if ISPs decide to charge more for priority access to their networks. Additionally, IT service providers need to consider how this change might affect end-user expectations and their businesses. As we consider AI regulation, existing services may need to be reevaluated. For instance, services related to social media management and content creation may need to integrate compliance checks to ensure that any AI-generated content adheres to the new legal standards. And there exists the possibility of redundancy in services that rely heavily on AI-generated content without adequate safeguards. Now, I think it's early days for that risk, but I did want to highlight it. A new study highlights the significant power consumption of artificial intelligence data centers in the U.S., suggesting they may negatively impact the electricity supply for millions of Americans. Researchers analyzed data from approximately 770,000 homes. They found that over 75% of highly distorted power readings were within 50 miles of significant data center activity. The study indicates that AI centers could require 3 to 5 times the energy of traditional facilities, exacerbating stresses on already strained power grids. Additionally, the report warns that inconsistent power flow can lead to overheating electronics, increasing the risks of sparks or house fires. Major tech companies like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft dominate the cloud infrastructure market, collectively owning about 65%, and are investing heavily in expanding their data center capabilities to meet the rising energy demands of artificial intelligence. Microsoft is set to invest $80 billion in artificial intelligence-enabled data centers this year. The tech giant revealed that over half of this budget will be allocated for projects in the U.S. to enhance its ability to train and deploy AI models and support cloud-based applications. In a recent publication, Microsoft emphasized the critical need for partnerships and infrastructure investment to drive AI advancement. The company also acknowledged the potential economic disruptions and job displacements that AI may cause, but expressed optimism that new opportunities could emerge that outweigh these challenges. Furthermore, Microsoft highlighted the importance of promoting American AI exports amidst increasing competition from China, urging the incoming Trump administration to bolster research funding for the National Science Foundation and U.S. universities. Why do we care? For tech providers, addressing energy efficiency and sustainability is no longer optional. It's a competitive and regulatory necessity. For businesses and IT service providers, understanding the downstream impacts of hyperscaler investments, whether in costs, reliability, or sustainability, is essential for long-term planning. Understand a dual cost possibility here. Not only will customers have to pay for AI, They will also have increased energy costs related to AI. Are you ready to get your brand in front of the tech leaders shaping the future of managed services? Here at the Business of Tech, we offer flexible sponsorship opportunities to meet your needs, whether it's live show sponsorship, podcast advertising, event promotion, or custom webinars. From affordable exposure options to exclusive sponsorships, our offerings are designed to fit businesses and vendors of all sizes looking to make an impact. Prices start at just $500 per month, making our packages a fraction of typical event sponsorship costs. Be a part of the conversation that matters to IT service providers worldwide. Join us at MSP Radio and amplify your message where it counts. Visit mspradio.com/engage today to explore all the ways we can help you grow. Thanks for listening. Today is National Take Down the Christmas Tree Day, as well as National Thank God It's Monday Day. I wanted to take a moment and acknowledge the 2 deaths in the IT services community that just recently happened. Ken Wright, known as the Virus Doctor, passed away on December 16th from cancer. With over 50 years of experience, he authored the book Bug-Free Computing and established a reputation in virus remediation and malware incident response. Brian Freestadt passed on December 19th and was a respected professional in the industry, having worked with notable companies such as Security Studio, Cinex, and Chartech. I'm thinking of both Brian and Ken's families, and both will be missed. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you've enjoyed the show, make sure you've subscribed or followed on your favorite platform. It's free and helps directly. Give us a review, too. If you want to support the show, visit patreon.com/MSPradio, and you'll get access to content early. Or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Have a question you want answered? We take listener questions, send them in, ideally as a voice memo or video to question@mspradio.com. I answer listener questions live on our Wednesday live show on YouTube and LinkedIn. If you've got a comment or a thought on a story, put it in the comments if you're on YouTube, or reach out on LinkedIn if you're listening to the podcast. And if you want to advertise on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening, and I will talk to you again on our next episode.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.